Yeah, the revolution, y'all. Yep, the revolution.
The revolution, y'all, will not be televised.
Yeah, you gotta wake up, open your eyes,
Make a change in your life,
and find a new way of living.
It's time to start living for the children.
Everybody look into my life, tell me what you see. The perseverance of a young man sitting is so free. LA Mac, be the champ, but still fighting the struggle. They couldn't shut my mouth with a muzzle. I'm hard to figure like a puzzle. My name ought to be Jigsaw, rough around the edges. I've been known to spit raw, always with a pen and a book. I'm kinda thin and I look real suspicious like a one-eyed crook. St. Loco is the city I claim, not in the game, but I'm bang. Don't try me, I ain't new to this thing. Consequences and repercussions for pissing me off. I ain't mad, I'm just trying to pay the rent on this loft. Short arms and short pockets, I be pulling out lint, so understand why I'm trying to get bent. We all about that hippie hobby, don't stop me all the way live. Writing more issues than vibe with my mind televised. The revolution, y'all, will not be televised. You gotta wake up, open your eyes, make a change. I go by all kind of names. Yo, my nicknames got nicknames. Nitro, nice flow. The sixth man off the bench. The foot soldier in the trench. The Black Santa, all that. First of all, let me tell you the name is Luke Kane. Call me Black College cause I make you feel the pain. This an underground hit for my homies to ride to. Skip to the loo when you're riding through my zoo. Bears and gorillas, even orangutans. The lions and the monkeys all speaking my slang. We all paper chasers with a different disguise on. I spy on green guys, that's why I got mine on. Jackson and Franklin, frankly I don't like what I gotta do to keep Jack from fainting. Nah, I ain't complaining, just venting a little. Turn my headphones up, son, and mic a little. I got the same attitude as Malcolm Little. X marks the spot, now bring it back to the middle of the match. Guess who's back with more beats? Hi-hat.
Welcome, folks. It's happy Thursday. This is our, as usual, we do our property presentation on Thursday. We'll do a bit of news as well. Sorry, Miguel's not feeling too good today, so in the safe hands of myself and Silvi. How are you doing today?
Hi, how are you guys? Hi, Andy.
Good. Awesome, guys. I hope you're all having a dabble in our metaverse as you can now access it. We've obviously fired the links out all over the place, so you should be able to access our metaverse. And there's a lot of changes been made, as Miguel showed us yesterday, so please do that. And don't forget our screenshot competition, so please keep those screenshots coming in. Use the hashtag Gmeta1, and we will pick up all the best ones and we will award a prize this coming Saturday. Okay, folks, let's go on today. We're going to jump in and do our property presentation. So without further ado, I will get stuck into that right now. Let me just put that on full screen so you can see it much better. There we go. There we are. Okay. Okay, folks. Yeah, this is slightly different to a normal presentation. It's very heavily weighted onto the property side because let's not forget the massive, massive opportunity that exists with property in the metaverse. I'm going to be showing you, there's a couple of interesting news items. A whole country is going into the metaverse, no less. As well as that, more evidence of business driving the metaverse along. Whether you might be listening to this call, you might be skeptical, you might believe in it, you might think I'm barking mad. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter what you believe, because this is happening with or without you. I'm afraid to tell you, it's happening already. So let's have a look at this presentation: virtual world presence, real world opportunity. So there is a crossover from real world property very much into the metaverse, as you'll see with this presentation. So let's talk about Gmeta 1 first of all. We're a hybrid metaverse ecosystem with interconnecting business, development, networking, real estate, and education objectives. Our project's also an effective bridge, bridging our world with other hybrid metaverses, representing expanding network of three-dimensional Web3 worlds, with equally expanding value in the form of increased accessibility to additional metaverse communities in our future network. A significant part of our mission is founded on education and on other pillars rooted in networking and business development. Now, that's founded on a metaverse environment designed with the technological capacity to allow you to build, buy, sell, and rent metaverse real estate. We're bridging together education and development whilst creating a fulfilling experience environment for developers, real estate brokers, real estate owners, NFT creators, event hosts and planners, e-commerce merchants, and business-to-business offerings. Plus, like we all were about a year ago, newcomers to the metaverse. Real estate tokenization is a large part of our focus at Gmeta 1. We seek to teach individuals how to profit and create sustainable business models through the iteration of the web we refer to as the metaverse. Gmeta 1 seeks to create a forum whereby social and financial productivity and development can occur through bridging together new and experienced individuals within the Gmeta 1 platform. Now, this is where it all started. Back to the beginning. That was Second Life, and that was launched in 2003. And it's the pioneer for what we now have come to know as the metaverse. The whole concept of the metaverse started here. Now, in Second Life, users purchase avatars, wearables, properties, vehicles, etc. But they use Linden dollars. That's an internal currency within Second Life, like a game currency, like V-Bucks is to Fortnite, for example. It's not a cryptocurrency, it's not externally tradable, and it's only useful in Second Life's metaverse. Okay, but the bad news for Second Life is they lost a multitude of users because they had, in 2013, they had over 64 million registered users. But unfortunately, there were only 1 million active registered users, and it hasn't really gone up a lot since that, unfortunately. But it does remain as the trailblazer for all current metaverse projects. So, they are the most mature. They can definitely make a comeback. But, because genuinely, I believe people weren't ready in 2003. Imagine what your phone looked like in 2003. Imagine what your computer was like if you even had one. So I don't think people were ready. Now, here are 3 established metaverse projects. There's Sandbox, Decentraland, and Somnium Space. Now, we chose these 3 because not only are they metaverse projects, but they also have their own native tokens. Now, let's have a look at their tokens and their land prices since they opened up. Sandbox opened up in November 2021, a year ago. Now, they have currently 4,300 plus landowners. The average price of land when it launched a year ago was $100. The average price of land currently is $15,000. That is incredible growth. I'm sure you'll agree. Sand is their token. Now, that was launched at 8 cents about 2 years ago because Sandbox existed as a game on your phone for a long time before they launched the metaverse. And this was the token they used. Now, the price at launch of SAND was 8 cents. The all-time high for that was achieved last November when they launched their metaverse, and that was $8.40 from 8 cents. 100-fold growth, 100%. Sorry, it's not 100%. It's 100 times growth than what it was worth. Now, if you look at Decentraland, that opened up in February 2020. The average price of land at that point, $20. They've currently got 7,000 landowners, and that's going up. They're fast becoming the chosen destination for a lot of blue chip companies. Indeed, we've got our headquarters in Decentraland, and next door, we've had the biggest courier company in the world moved in next door to us very recently, UPS. Now, their average price of land at launch was $20. The average price in March of this year was $12,000. Incredible growth. Incredible growth. Now, their token MANA, same kind of scenario, launched at 2 cents, the all-time high, $5.85. Absolutely incredible. And again, there's a pattern forming here, as you can see, with the land prices and the tokens. Somnium Space, they are quite well established. They opened their doors in 2018. Now, their average users, about 3,000 monthly. The landowners, 4,700 plus. The average price of land was on the high side because they were only competing with Second Life at that point, and that was at $500. The average land price currently, $10,000. Again, pretty good growth, even at $500 starting price. That's 20 times growth. The token was Cube. That's called Cube. You can check these all out on CoinGecko. But that was launched at 2 cents a couple of years ago. Again, Somnium Space had the token before they launched their metaverse. It was launched at 2 cents. It dawdled along for a couple of years, did a couple of little spikes here and there. Then they basically, on the back of Mark Zuckerberg's announcing Meta and the metaverse, everybody got more interested in Somnium Space and started joining Somnium Space as well. Their token then last autumn went to $28.12. $28.12 from 2 cents at launch. Oh my God. And that only took a couple of years. Now, how long is too long to wait? 2 years. If you had 10,000 of those tokens, you wouldn't have to work ever again. And you only had to wait 2 years for something like that to happen. So guys, if you're in Gmeta 1 and you're sitting there going, when's this token going to launch? When's this token going to launch? Remember that story, please. Okay, so now we're not suggesting our token's going to work like this. This is not me giving you financial advice, but these are 3 existing metaverse projects with their own tokens, and this is historical fact, what's happened with them. So why are we different? Gmeta 1 seeks to be a bridge between Gmeta 1 World and other metaverses. We have unique offerings with our NFT proposition, other utilities in our ecosystem like Gmeta V Academy educational portal, and the business and advertising marketplace. But the bridges we're creating between metaverses as well as contractors to clients truly distinguish us from any other metaverse project. In addition, unlike those 3, which were all launched on Ethereum and then had to pivot to Polygon because the fees were so high, basically we're launching ours on Binance Smart Chain. It's faster, more flexible, and cheaper. Our pre-sale bonus will offer 100% and 50% on level 2 for sharing and bringing others to the platform. In pre-sale, which we're in right now, you can earn yourself NFT giveaways, VR headsets, and even cars, luxury vehicles, 3 Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcats. Now, property opportunities. I'm just going to read out the headlines here because we're going to go into these in more detail. But we've developed the Gmeta One metaverse with multiple opportunities in real estate in mind. Here are the 5 opportunities as I see them. Having a presence is massive, massive. Having a presence in the metaverse is very on trend. It's a huge marketing opportunity. Also, number 2, you've got opportunity to buy, sell, rent, and stake metaverse parcels. Number 3, you've got the opportunity to offer a copy of a real life property in the metaverse. Number 4, benefits. There are benefits to backing physical property sales and purchases with NFTs. And finally, our token. If you're going to do anything in our metaverse, you need to buy our token. That's the currency you're going to use in our metaverse. So you already got a vested interest in a performance of that token, and it's a massive opportunity in itself. So let's look at these in detail. Having a presence. Well, look at some of the names that are on here. JP Morgan, Samsung, McDonald's, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Gucci, Adidas, Coca-Cola, Nike, Domino's, Burberry, and the list goes on and on. Now, the benefits of having a metaverse presence for any business are numerous. This permits businesses to reach a global audience without geographical limitations anywhere in the world. Also, it allows businesses to interact with their customers in a more personal way, a more social and engaging experience for customers, which can lead to more sales and long-term loyalty. For example, Starbucks launched recently. They're using the metaverse and NFTs to drive their loyalty scheme. Businesses can also use virtual worlds to train employees, replicating real-world experiences to let their team practice in advance. One of the news items covers that I'm going to do today. Businesses can test out new products and services without having to invest in physical infrastructure or risk negative publicity. Now, again, you've got an opportunity to buy, sell, rent, and stake, metaverse parcels. Anything you can do in real world property, you can do in the metaverse, and in fact, more. So I should explain, anybody's new, a parcel is a piece of land in the metaverse. Simple as that. As a landowner, you can choose to lend out the experience of working on the land with other people in the digital world. Shopping malls, galleries, event centers allow creators to showcase their content collection, giving a brand new commercial letting opportunity. If you're interested in that, we can help you out immediately. We've got property to rent in Gmeta Heights. Silvi on this call will kit it out for you in your company brand, and you can sell your wares. Metaverse projects with staking pools. Ours will have a staking pool when we launch our token. That will allow you to purchase land and stake it as an NFT, giving the owner a passive income stream. You can't do that with a real property. You don't have passive income from sitting at home. You do in the metaverse. Once a metaverse project achieves a certain level of popularity, as in the real world, this creates really desirable areas and prices react dramatically. One such example is in Sandbox. There's a part of section, a little mini metaverse called Other Side that was created by Bored Ape Yacht Club. You'd be doing well to acquire property in that for under 6 figures. Now there's off-plan purchasing. Again, just like in the real world where you maybe go into a realtor or a estate agent and you get a brochure for a new development which hasn't been built yet, and you're going to get that all kitted out to your specification for much less than you would if it was a resale property, and it's exactly the same in the metaverse. Now here's another amazing concept which was first brought to me by this article, which was about a company I used to do business with, Fine and Country Homes in the UK. They sell fine and country homes as, believe it or not, top-end property. And they were selling a house at £29 million, about $40 million, as you can see. It's fairly substantial, to say the least, but they were selling it alongside a copy of it in the metaverse, a digital copy of that property. Now, the thing with that is, well, why would you want to do that? Well, this opportunity already works for firms in the USA, UK, and Dubai as well. I've seen examples of this happening in Dubai as well. Now, the seller or the purchaser is given the opportunity to create a copy of their property as an NFT or a complete entity, brick by brick copy of it in the metaverse. Now, if you do that, you've got your real property and you've got your virtual property. There was an example of this in Tampa, Florida, where they were actually building a house in the real world and simultaneously building the copy of it in Decentraland. But the one in the metaverse, you could be sitting in that property in the metaverse on your sofa. Your sofa is an NFT, which can be staked for profit as well as the whole house. The TV you're watching can be staked. The cat sitting on the sofa beside you can be staked. It's an NFT. Everything in it is an NFT. So you could be basically earning passive income from every single part of that building. And you can't do that with the real one. And also, as you've seen with those three other examples of metaverse projects, when land goes up in the metaverse, it tends to go up on a massively increased rate than in the real world. It could be that your virtual property could end up being worth more than the one you're sitting and living in at home. Now, here's another concept. There's a company called Propy in the USA. Now, this is really where the metaverse kicks in. Very clever use of NFTs. There's a benefit of backing physical properties, sales or purchases. So if you're the buyer, you're going to get an NFT as proof of ownership of a property. And as cryptocurrency becomes more popular against younger buyers and sellers, agents need a solution to help them. This is not traditional real estate. It's changing. Now, clients being able to sell their home as an NFT significantly reduces the overall closing time and cost versus a traditional sale. The buyer is awarded an NFT as proof of the home's ownership. The NFT can be used as collateral for crypto borrowers and investors. You want to raise funds like you do in the real world. You'll go to a bank and maybe you have to put your home up as collateral to borrow money. Well, you can show them this NFT and they can get access to this NFT, which is proof of ownership of the property. And there are companies, NFT lenders, who will lend you money against that in the metaverse. Now, Gmeta token, that's the power to our Gmeta One ecosystem. Everything from paying from educational courses on the Gmeta V Academy platform to buying land in the virtual world and all things Gmeta. So everything, the avatar, your clothes you put on your avatar, you buy land, you put a house on that land, you fill the house with furniture, you want to play games, you're going to need our token. Therefore, the use case, well, it can't be denied. You're going to need this token. It's got utility. Tick. That's the first thing a successful cryptocurrency needs. Now, we're currently raising 5 million in our GMO token pre-sale. We've got 5,000 holders and 15,000 subscribers to date. Now, we're selling 20% of the total supply of 1 trillion. That equates to $5 million. Of that, we're taking half of that and putting it into locked liquidity. Tick, we've got the use case. And now you need liquidity for successful token launch. And ours is going to have more than most, 2.5 million in locked liquidity. That can't be touched by the development team. There's no chance of a rug pull. It's going to make it very attractive, secure, and safe for all users. And a lot of people will be interested in investing in that token. Now, we're not going to speculate what the token will be worth, but if it's got the liquidity, it's got the use case, and it's got the community. And as you can see, we've got a lot of people on board who are aware of our token or already invested. What do you think that'll do to the price when we launch at 0.000025? I'll leave you to work that one out. So imagine a market free from the traditional barriers to entry, a platform where you can promote your brand globally, a currency with huge liquidity and infinite usage, and a world where anyone can participate and stake their claim. Okay, folks, that was our property presentation. Oh, I've got a lot of good people on here. How are you all doing? Nice to see you all here. Mika Wisdom, Kingsley, Mark, Udon, Wilfred, amazing, P22, Enocha, Charismata. That's a cool name. That is a cool name. Love that. Victex1. How you all doing, guys? Solomon Kate, Victor Sampson. He's a veteran of our shows. He's always on here. Okay, guys, we're going to just do a little bit of news, and then we're going to love you and leave you for today. But as I said in the presentation, there's a couple of things here. There's something very cool. I'm going to leave that to the end. Don't worry, it's not about Man United again. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Now, this is a very... It took my eye at the start because but I didn't actually know why they were doing it. But look at this, right? Look at this headline. Okay, this entire country is uploading itself to the metaverse. Wow, I thought, wow, look at that. And look at the place. Look at, I'll go with them if they want to put me there. I'm quite happy. The Pacific nation. Now we've got friends in the Pacific, the Pacific Islands. We've got some very good friends of Gmeta 1, Lanu, whose birthday it was yesterday. Happy birthday for yesterday. But the Pacific nation of Tuvalu is planning to create a version of itself in the metaverse. Now, there's a reason for that. It's not just trying to be cool. They're trying to draw attention to something. It's a response to the existential threat of rising sea levels. Now, all you people who unfortunately don't believe that global warming is a thing, these people will tell you it definitely is because of the rising sea levels, because obviously ice caps are melting. These guys are in severe trouble. Tuvalu's Minister for Justice, Communication and Foreign Affairs, Simon Kofe, made the announcement via a chilling digital address to leaders at COP27. He actually did an address in his suit here, but he was actually up to his knees in water. He wanted just to draw attention to what was going on. Now, he said the plan, which accounts for the worst case scenario, involves creating a digital twin of Tuvalu in the metaverse in order to replicate its beautiful islands and preserve its rich culture. The tragedy of this outcome cannot be overstated. Tuvalu could be the first country in the world to exist solely in cyberspace. If global warming continues unchecked, it won't be the last. So they're planning, worst case scenario, hopefully they don't have to do this, but it's one of a small island nation in the Pacific facing an existential threat and looking to preserve its nationhood through technology. I'm sure they'd rather keep their beautiful island, obviously, but as a kind of publicity stunt and drawing attention to it, it's very important. In the case that Tuvalu's proposal is in fact a literal one and not just symbolic, what might it look like? Technologically, it's already easy enough to create beautiful, immersive, and digitally rendered recreations of Tuvalu's territory. Moreover, thousands of different online communities demonstrate it's possible to have entirely virtual interactive spaces that can maintain their own culture. So they are doing this, but they're doing it for a very, very good reason, as I'm sure you can see. But obviously, as you know, the poor people who live there, unfortunately, don't have anywhere else to go. So let's just hope this wakes up some of the other leaders at this COP27 conference. Now let's have a look at this. I've mentioned in the property presentation. I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but it's just backing up. Now, this is an article in Process Excellent Network magazine. Now, we're not going to go into this because it goes through a lot of stuff that we already know about Neil Stephenson and Snow Crash, but it's just backing up what we're always saying, because industry's driving the metaverse and people are using it already. Companies are finding uses for it, which will just increase the usability and increase the number of people jumping on board. Companies are driving the metaverse. Learning and working in this is just literally three business applications in the metaverse. Learning and working in the metaverse. Now, the COVID-19 pandemic highlighted a need for digital communication. As we know, at the outset of the pandemic, video conferencing and platforms like Zoom and Teams soared in popularity. Such platforms are limited in their ability to provide compelling experiences for workers or students. And it's more difficult to engage someone with a 2D video. Statistically, it's already been proven that if they are in a metaverse environment, a 3D space, that you get their attention more, they remember more, they enjoy it more. It's win-win. In the metaverse, business processes that support remote teams for our education and allow for unprecedented engagement will not be difficult to achieve. Businesses will be able to enable remote collaboration without sacrificing on the engagement that comes with interacting in person, feeling you're there and with other people. We're always saying that. We say that in our main presentation. Risk-free testing and training. The metaverse offers more than just a place for teams to collaborate and engage. Again, it also offers an opportunity to transform training and testing processes, removing the risks. For example, a VR training platform was used by surgeons in Rio to prepare the separation of conjoined twins. We covered this in our news bulletin because the twins, I believe, were in London. They were being trained, advised by surgeons in London. The surgeons were in Rio. Okay, businesses will be able to use these virtual spaces to test almost anything, such as a new factory layout, before implementing it. How cool is that? Imagine they build a factory and they don't test it. They can get an architect to design a factory, but without having people running around that factory, they can't find out, oh, I wish we'd put that wall on the other side. I wish we'd put that door here. Until you get people running through that environment virtually, then they'll be able to iron out those snagging lists without spending all that money on reconfiguring a building that they've already built. Brilliant. Transforming sales and marketing processes. Again, the metaverse could be the catalyst which transforms the way we look at sales and marketing forever. Businesses could use a billboard that can tell you how many people have looked at it. Wow. You can't do that with a billboard on the road. How long they've looked for, what part they focused on, and whether that person went on to buy the product. So your billboard has analytics like a website. Fantastic. This level of information is a dream for marketers. They would not have access to this in the real world. Marketing departments will know exactly what is or is not working with regards to their efforts due to the extremely granular data that virtual advertisements will offer. Marketing campaigns in the metaverse will be backed by enormous amounts of data from previous campaigns, so the likelihood of them missing the mark will be drastically reduced. So there you go. There are three ways these guys think that three uses for the metaverse. Finally, I said there's something cool. Now, I know, guys, that some of you in the UK will know Top Gear, the program, but it's the most watched car program. It's a bit mad. The guys tend to do crazy stuff on the program, and I know it goes out in America. Definitely a lot of people pick it up in the States. And again, this is on their website. Could cars of the future be designed in the metaverse? I believe it's already happening. But anyway, the future is here. NVIDIA says it has the tech to test and develop cars in a fully digital metaverse. NVIDIA, the software and hardware firm providing the processing power on the new Volvo EX90 SUV, says it has the technology to test and develop cars in the entirely digital world that is the metaverse. This dystopian future we all feared is here. Run, they're saying. Just kidding. But NVIDIA isn't. So at the launch of EX90 in Stockholm last week, TJ sat down with Danny Shapiro. The first question was, what exactly is the metaverse? We're not going to go into that, but just want to run through what he did say. Okay, so anyway, the cool thing is that exists, so the manufacturing team can work on this and figure out how do we build it. And then the factory people can look at this and design the factory that this car goes into. So they can test it out. They've got their own thing called the Omniverse. So they'll build a car and run some checks on it, and then they'll actually then decide how they're actually going to create the car in the real world. That can happen in this virtual space. It's what we call a digital twin. They're doing it with cars. It's an exact digital replica of the physical car that ultimately will drive on the road. If we need to test, is this car going to detect a child running in front of the car in the middle of the night? Well, we're not actually going to take a child at night and put them in front of the car. But using the 3D simulated digital twin, we can create situations that are too dangerous to test in the real world and generate the sensor data coming into the car. The computer doesn't know it's not in a car driving. It thinks it's on the road. It's getting signals saying there's the lanes, there's other cars, there's the street lights. We can test millions of scenarios in different weather at different times of the day and ensure the vehicle's safe for going on the road. Amazing. Absolutely amazing, guys. That just, for me, backs up everything we've been saying. You know, if you need evidence that we're in the right place at the right time, look at how people are using this technology. Not tomorrow, not next year, already using this technology. Silvi, what do you think of that?
I think that we just need to open our minds and have patience and just learn how much we can about the space, about the metaverse, and all amazing things we can do in it.
Yeah, I mean, they're already doing this. This is the thing, you know, as well, I'm now saying at the start of every presentation, you know, you might talk to somebody and they'll have heard negative things about Mark Zuckerberg's attempt to run his metaverse, and he hasn't done it very well. And that's given a lot of people, the naysayers, what they think's ammunition. But it doesn't matter what they think. NVIDIA are building Volvos in the metaverse and testing them already. So it doesn't matter what the guy down the pub thinks of what you're doing, or anybody else for that matter. In fact, if we shut down Gmeta today, well, we'd be idiots because it's already happening. You know, when we, you know, obviously you guys out there pushing, keep pushing, because, you know, a lot of people, we talk about Web 1.0 and Web 2.0. A lot of people, Web 1.0, thought the internet was barking mad and nobody would ever do it. A ton of people made millions out of Web 1.0. And then 2.0, a lot of people, I'm sure, thought Mark Zuckerberg was barking mad when he told people how much he thought Facebook was going to make.
But you
He's a
know what,
billionaire.
Mark, Mark Zuckerberg, yeah, the idea, for of his with the metaverse and to build the actual platform is a good idea, because he knows that
Yeah,
the Generation Z is already there, because the our kids, they play Roblox, they are in uh, ma- uh, Minecraft, they play Fortnite. With those games have already elements of metaverse, So that's why all of those companies that we can see, banks or any company, like especially we see the big banks that are going there and actually they're offering the services. Why? Because the new generation is already there. Who are not there yet is us. That's why we need to move faster than the Generation Z because they are already there. That's why all the company wants to be there and they want to present the services to them, and they want those young people to see them. And
absolutely.
that's where the future is. That's where the future is. That's why I'm always saying, guys, learn about the metaverse, use the metaverse, go there, try it, experience, so you know what we are talking about. And it's like, yeah, I know many people don't have a computers, but there is a still platform you can go on the phone, like for example Voxers that we're using a lot. Just go experience what we're talking about and be there. This is the future.
Yeah, I mean, as far as you know, there are certain metaverse projects like our own you can only access from computers, but that'll change. That'll change. The tech will catch up because it's impractical, long term for a company to require somebody to have a computer, and everybody's walking around with one of these. So, it's going to happen. It's happening already, and as Sylvie said, like Roblox has designer worlds in there. Is Gucci or is
They
Gucci
got
Land? I think it's called. They're
Gucci.
in there. It's
Oh,
not a
there is
kid. I'm not
so
going in there
many.
to test stuff to kids.
Actually, Roblox have the most amount of brands in it. Even Forever 21.
All right. Yeah.
Yes. The other
Burberry, I
day
think
I
they're in
was
there.
the other day I was trying to actually well, I really need to ask Diego to show me how to play Roblox. Because I was trying to, and I had a problem actually to move. But yeah, I will. You go to Forever 21 store in Roblox, and you can actually purchase there. Amazing stuff. This is amazing.
Yeah. I mean, as Sylvie said, this is like they know that Generation Z's already in there, and it's not okay. Forever 21 aren't going to be selling a lot to my son who's 10 years old or 11 years old now.
But
Um,
your son in few years
today,
is gonna be 18
yeah,
or gonna be 20, and he's gonna be still there in a metaverse, and Forever One's gonna be selling to him there.
exactly. They're sowing seeds, and obviously there's older kids as well, and obviously big kids at 18 plus and so forth, who at some point will have the disposable income if they don't have already. And these guys are very, very clever people. We got people, you know, all you have to do is look at, what Holden's doing in our metaverse, just crazy, very
Exactly.
creative. They don't know
And
how,
yeah,
you don't say no to Holden that something can't be done. He just goes and does it, finds a way. So, with Miguel and he's given him a lot of challenges to do it ongoing, and he just finds a way. So, guys, hopefully this reiterates what we're always saying, and you find it interesting today. We found a couple of good articles. It was a good day for articles, I've got to say, and those articles just back up what we're saying every single day. Congratulations, everybody on this call. You're in the right place at the right time. Stay here and bring some more people here too. Okay, guys. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks, Silvi, for joining me as well.
Thank you,
We
Andy.
will see you tomorrow, Party Friday, same place, same time. See you then. Thanks. Bye now.
Bye. Bye bye.